3 generations. The story in my family is that, you see, this is why I love small clubs like this, because the people who grow up around here support their club all their life. Now, I grew up in Chester, which is 20 miles from where Everton's based, in Liverpool, but my dad was an Everton fan from Birkenhead, just across the water in Liverpool. My grandfather was an Everton fan, so there was never any chance of me being anything but an Everton fan, considering that my grandfather's best mate was Dixie Dean, who is the record goal scorer in England of all time, and Everton's record scorer, and the man who scored 60 in one season. With a heritage like that, you're never going to be anything else. So I am an Evertonian through and through, even though I'm not a Scouser, but the answer to your question is from 60 years before I was born. Okay. My first memory of the FA Cup of any reality was the Wembley final in 1966, and to a large extent it's the forgotten final because, of course, in 1966 at Wembley we won the World Cup as well. But amazingly, my dad got hold of 2 FA Cup final tickets. They cost 32 shillings and 6pence. I've still got them, and we drove down to Wembley from Chester in the days when there were no motorways. So it was all the way down the A41, probably until we hit the A1, the road which runs down next to your stadium, and straight onto the, well, it wasn't a North Circular then, but you know what I'm talking about, straight into Wembley. And the moment I saw those twin towers was amazing. We did go to a couple of the matches in the build-up to the final. We played the semi-final at Bolton. I didn't get to that one. So really, my outstanding memory of the FA Cup has to be at the age of 8, seeing Everton win 3-2 at Wembley in a game where we were 2-0 down just after half-time. The greatest comeback in Wembley finals ever. I think it's wonderful because if a Martian was landed on Earth in the centre circle there on your pitch and said, "What is this?" he'd say it's a football ground. It's a football ground because you can see the pitches marked out, you can see the goals, you can see where the player's going to stand. If he landed in the new camp or the new Wembley, he might honestly think he was at the Royal Albert Hall or something, you know. This is a real football ground, and I love it. It's fantastic. And you see, the locality of it all is here. In big Premier League stadiums, what you've got are these flashing adverts all the time, which I think should be banned, actually, because they're such a distraction. But you see them changing all the time, and they're multinational companies. So, you know, in Germany, when Bayern Munich play, it's Alliance, thank you very much indeed. You know, and they've got corporate names. Here, I see one of the oldest papers, the Royston Crow, advertised on your boards. I see the Comet. You know, I see the Welling and Hatfield Times. What you've got is you've got like a Thai group over there, Thai Pros. These are all local businesses. And the essence of a club in a community like Stevenage is they're supported by the local people and local businesses. And it's wonderful to be here. Believe me, wonderful. I'm just looking around now. And, you know, it gives me so many memories of Chester FC when I used to support them, because that's where I grew up. And we used to go to Tranmere as well, you know, which is nearby. That's what my dad was brought up on, and it's wonderful. I can't wait for the big day. It was a marvellous effort, and nobody should dismiss that as being other than it was a fantastic occasion. However, I do think it illustrates the difference. You know, the excitement that's building up now for the FA Cup game, the difference between the League Cup and the FA Cup. The FA Cup is still the big thing. I mean, it's still a big thing for me, still a big thing for many, many Everton fans, except those who, you know, really have it in their head that we should be in the Champions League and all that kind of stuff. But for your fans, this is even bigger than the League Cup. I still call it the League Cup, the Cattle One Cup, because it's the FA Cup and it's going to be played on a Saturday. And, you know, because hopefully you'll get a few bob for the TV rights, 5:30 on the Saturday, in the winter. It'll be cold, people will be wrapped up in their scarves. I hope people come along with the rattles and bobble hats and all that kind of stuff, because that makes a game for me. But yeah, it's fantastic, and it's going to be one of the games of the season for us, because if we get through this, you're then in the 5th round of the Cup. You then start thinking about quarter-finals, just 8 teams left, and then it becomes a bit of a lottery. Ooh, quite a few. In Wayne Rooney's first full season, we went to Shrewsbury in the 3rd round, and Shrewsbury were managed by Kevin Ratcliffe, who was our former heroic captain during our greatest years in the 80s, and they turned us over 2-1. Rooney was 17 at the time, might even have been 16 actually, and that was a shocker. I hate going out the FA Cup. Mind you, last season we did all the hard work, got Wigan in the quarter-finals at Goodison, and Mr Martinez brought a team along and absolutely bounced us out of the competition 3-0. Yeah, a year before that, we went to Chelsea. We won. Leighton Baines scored the winning penalty in the shootout at the end of the game. Fantastic. 6th round up at Goodison. Reading pay us a visit. Beat us 1-0. We were out.
So will you be nervous ahead of the game?
Very nervous, very, very nervous. This is a banana skin, without a shadow of a doubt, you know. Confidence is a big thing in the FA Cup. At home here, I can see this ground buzzing. It's great under the lights, you know, on a winter's day. The lights are open, the fans are full of it. I'm sure the lads have had a few pints before the game, get very enthusiastic about it. But this is a real banana skin for Everton. I have no fear about going to Anfield the following, the following Tuesday after the game. We're going to Anfield. No fear about that whatsoever. We can match them toe-to-toe, man for man, but we don't know what to expect here. So, yeah, I am very worried, yeah. I'm sure there is. You see, these players who are paid, you know, 50, 60, 70,000 pounds a week, they never get as close to fans as you get here. I mean, I'm just looking at your touchline now, and it's literally 6 feet from the nearest seat on the ground. Now, you know, that's got to have I'm not saying it has any sort of intimidating effect, but it's a completely different atmosphere in which you play. And almost as if they were playing in a sort of, I don't know, you know, like a practice match or something like that, where people stand along down the touchline, almost like Sunday morning football. But the atmosphere will be sensational. But it just might upset a few Everton players. They might not want to get that close to the crowd, and they might feel that they can't lift their game, because I'm sure it's easy to lift your game when you're playing at Old Trafford or you're playing at Chelsea or something like that, but they might find it very confusing. What are we doing here, you know what I mean, and all that kind of stuff. It'd be great if I see a couple of balls going over the stand. I love that. When I used to watch Chester, as soon as a ball went over the stand, I used to race out the ground, try and find it.